Hello, it's Cherry here, and I just thought I would come on and do a quick Facebook Live to talk about what I've been talking about quite a lot this week with clients, which is basically how to make kind of the best choices you can today, given all the chocolate and the temptations around, and also given the fact that we can't go out as we would love to do on a beautiful Easter weekend. So just a couple of things that I thought I would share with you. So first of all, I think it's really important to be very kind to ourselves and actually just recognize that we're going through a really strange time, and we're all going through it together. So it is about recognizing that we are not doing anything perfectly. We are just doing the best we can all the time. The other thing to bear in mind is that to think about the 8 rules of metabolic balance. So for those of you who've done metabolic balance and have your plan, fantastic. And it's not that you have to stick to your plan really closely today or over the next couple of days, but it is that I want you to really kind of have it in the back of your mind, some of the key fantastic things that you can continue doing. Now, if we think about the 8 rules, there are 4 rules that I absolutely 100% believe we can kind of do whatever is happening, okay? Well, there's definitely 3, and then there's definitely the 4th. But anyway, so the first one is drink your water. Okay, water, so important. You will never not need to drink the right amount of water calculated for you. So 35 millilitres for every kilogram of your body weight is the calculation, but it's a guideline. So you have to obviously do this sensibly. We do not want anybody just drinking far too much than they're able to cope with, but everything is in balance, remember. So you have your water, and you will always need to have your water no matter what is going on. And water really does make a massive difference to how your metabolism works, how all your cells can talk to each other, even how you can recognize whether you're actually hungry, whether you have had enough to eat, and whether you are actually happy to just sit and be. So drink your water. The second rule is that you can definitely have that first mouthful of protein. That is where you look at whatever you're eating, or you're mindful that you're about to eat something, and you try to eat some protein first. Now that may be a few nuts and seeds, that may be a bit of the right cheese that's for you. It may be a little bit of egg, or a little bit of ham, or whatever, a bit of the chicken or the meat that you've got on your plate. But you always want to have that first mouthful of protein. The third rule that really makes a difference is actually not snacking. Now, I think there's a lot of times that we can actually think, oh yeah, it's a holiday, I can snack and I can eat all I like. But it is about actually recognizing that your digestion does need a break. It needs to be able to tidy up kind of what it's just had come in and what it's dealing with. So those 5 hours between each meal can make such a massive difference to how you then feel. So those are the definite 3 rules I think we can pretty much do. The 4th rule is your apple. Now, I love an apple. Apple is kind of like the epitome of metabolic balance. We love apples. There are so many great properties, so nutrients and phytonutrients, the fiber. It's so important to get that in your diet. And if you need to have a snack, have an apple. That will make a massive difference. Okay, so eat your apple. Those are your 4 rules. The other rules, I am very much of like, okay, well, we can let them slide. We can just keep them in the back of our mind, but we don't really have to stick with them. That is where, your food list, it's a sort of a holiday. We're celebrating, it's a nice time to be with family. Well, even if it's virtually with family, obviously at this time. But you don't need to stick to your food list. we will come back to that in the next coming days and weeks. The other one is eating within that hour time frame. So as I said before, yes, I love the 5-hour rule, but equally as a meal that it can go over, which is like where you have your dessert or something like that. So yes, it's going to go over the hour mark. We may eat after 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. as I often prefer to see it. And that again, well, we'll see. Maybe it will be eating into the night, but I would prefer not to, but keep it in the back of your mind. Multiple proteins, I would say leave that one for today. Don't worry about that. Just enjoy your food, enjoy the meals. So the key rules really is to keep it mindful. And I would also say, with regards to all the chocolate that's lying around, have a little bit. Don't make yourself feel deprived or poor me, I can't eat anything, or feel guilty about it either. I really don't like any kind of guilt going on. We need to celebrate, we need to enjoy what we enjoy. But I would equally say there probably has been very few occasions where people have eaten all day, eaten all the chocolate, and then at the end of the day said, "Oh, I'm so pleased with myself that I ate all that chocolate. It was just so fantastic of me to have done that. I feel such a sense of achievement that I've eaten all that chocolate." Because that's kind of like, doesn't really happen, does it? To pretty much most of the time we kind of, I really shouldn't have eaten all that. I feel really bad. So it's almost like trying to really be mindful and recognize, where are you going to be in a few hours' time? Are you, and not deprive yourself, but equally don't feel that, just eat mindfully is probably all I say. Enjoy it, have the mouthful, eat it slowly, eat it with water so that you actually can digest it much better. But equally, really get to the whole idea that you can put it to one side. You can say no. You do not have to eat it. And if somebody comes along and eats it instead of you, it's fine. It actually is totally fine that somebody else might eat some chocolate, or they may have a bit more than you. It's fine. We are in a whole new world right now, and that could also be your whole new world. So there we go. It's about being mindful. It's about being kind to yourself. It's about relaxing into what you really want to do, and keeping your mind, your goals. How are you going to feel at the end of the day? Or even how are you going to feel next week? Because it's keeping that whole picture of where you want to be with your health is really how we stay on track. Okay, so have a beautiful day, and I really do wish you and your loved ones a lovely Easter. Stay safe, stay at home, and I will see you again soon. Thank you.